Welcome to Edinburgh. This is where it all starts, because we're here to do a couple of things with Avanti West Coast. Got my coffee now, feel a bit better. Anyway, today we're here in Edinburgh Waverley station because we're going to be travelling on the longest Avanti West Coast journey you can make in one sitting, all the way through to London Euston. Now you may know that on the 8th of December 2019, Virgin Trains lost the West Coast main line to Avanti West Coast, and they've started running their services, so I want to see what they're like. Welcome to Edinburgh Waverley, which is the second busiest station in the whole of Scotland. And here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know that Edinburgh Waverley, the site of Edinburgh Waverley, was used to be a loch that was drained in 1770, and then about a century later the railway lines were built here? It's incredible. So this is my first journey on Avanti West Coast. I'm going to see the cab of a Pendolino. It's a great way to start. Thank you to our lovely train manager for letting me in there.
Platform 13.
That's us. We are now London bound.
On board this Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at Haymarket, Carlisle, Oxenholme Lake District, Lancaster, Preston, Wigan North Western, Warrington Bank Quay, Crewe, Wolverhampton, Sandwell and Dudley, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry, Milton Keynes Central.
I'm now pulling into Haymarket. My fact sheet for Haymarket says there has been ongoing dispute over the correct name of the station. Most operators have announced it as simply Haymarket, but some operators like Transparent Express and I think Northern did it as well, pronounce it as Edinburgh Haymarket for clarity. And that, my friends, just pulling in there, is the longest train in Britain, Aberdeen to Penzance. We got lucky there to see that. Carlisle railway station should be officially known as Carlisle Citadel railway station because it was named after the medieval fortress that is opposite the station concourse. The next station will be Oxenholme. Now we're on our way through the lakes. Oxenholme Lake District Station was constructed in 1847 and was initially opened because the West Coast Main Line was originally going to run slightly east of Kendal, with a tunnel running just north of Oxenholme. However, the tunnel was deemed too expensive to build, so the line was moved to the west and Oxenholme Station was built, which is now the junction onto the Windermere branch. The very first Lancaster station was opened in 1840, and to distinguish it from where we are now, the station was constructed what was called Lancaster Castle. The original Lancaster station closed in 1847, having only been open for 7 years, and this station that we're in now was renamed Lancaster. By 1863, Preston Station had become so large that it actually became a midway point between London and Glasgow, and London-bound passengers on express trains would have their lunch made up for them and served to them in the station dining room.
On board this Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at Wigan North Western.
Warrington, Quay, Wolverhampton, Carlisle and Dudley, Birmingham International, Coventry, Milton,
Just pulling into Wigan North Western, where one of the brand new northern trains is sitting on the opposing platform, platform 6. Anyway, Wigan North Western is not so called because it's located in the northwest of the town, which is the common misconception, but because there are two neighbouring stations in Wigan. The other one is Wigan Wallgate, and at the time were constructed and operated by rival railway companies. This one was operated by London North Western Railway, hence the name Wigan North Western. Warrington Bank Quay station has a beautiful side and a relatively dull side. The Eastern Island platform retains its charming 19th century building and Patent Arms Hotel, which faces the station. And the Western Island platform has a relatively dull building dating back from the 1960s, which is being overlooked by a power station. As we have now left Warrington, our journey through the Midlands begins. There's an intercity APT. I think that's the Crewe Heritage Museum. Yep, pulling into Crewe now. Crewe Station opened in 1837 and is one of the most historically significant railway stations in the world. The station was opened to be a hub for all services between the West Midlands, London, North Wales, Liverpool, Manchester and Glasgow, and it was the first station in the whole of the world to have an adjacent railway hotel, the Crewe Arms, which is still in use today and is apparently very nice. That is an East Midlands railway train, two 153s, which are meant to be one carriage trains, together. I'd be interested to know where it's going. There's also some new Transpennine trains here at Crewe. Going quite slowly through Stafford because we're not actually meant to stop here. Wolverhampton station was originally called Wolverhampton High Level, the original Wolverhampton station being nearer to the town centre, and that station was renamed Wednesfield Heath in 1855, shortly after it was built, and then this station, and then it closed in 1873, with the station being renamed to simply Wolverhampton, and it is quite high up, I must say. Leaving Wolverhampton a little bit late. Only a few minutes behind schedule. Hopefully I'll make up time between Birmingham and London. Sandville and Dudley's name is actually somewhat misleading, as we are not very near the town of Dudley, but instead in the town of Oldbury, which was the original and, quite frankly, more appropriate name for this station. The closest station to the town of Dudley is actually Dudley Port. Now pulling into Birmingham New Street. Welcome to Birmingham New Street, which is the busiest station on our journey, with 13 platforms and around 47 million passengers using it per year. Unsurprisingly, it is very busy. Just approaching Birmingham International, and there is the airport. Now, Birmingham International is a major airport, but it's also a major terminus and junction for Transport for Wales services to South and Central Wales. And because of that, most people are just using the station to change, and only 150,000 passengers used it to actually get to the airport last year, which isn't that many. Coventry had its original station built in 1836 with a single platform. Within 2 years there was serious capacity issues, and the new larger station was built a few hundred feet nearer to Rugby. In 1862 the station was completely rebuilt and refurbished, having been made into the 4-platform interchange that it is today. That was a newly decorated Avanti Pendolino. Milton Keynes Central Station underwent some serious upgrades in 2007 when Platform 6 was converted into a through express platform, and then a new Bay platform was added to increase capacity. That was Platform 2A. This sees services down the Marston Vale line, so let's see the District Line train if I can catch one. I can't see one, but there is a Southern train, which is curious. So yeah, Milton Keynes Central has 7 platforms numbered 1 to 2B and then 3 to 7. And here we are in London Euston. Thank you very much for watching. Avanti West Coast, they've done good. They're basically Virgin trains with different branding. It's not much different. But yeah, I'm really pleased with them. And now for your fact about Euston. Is Euston, here I want to give you multiple choice to see if you can guess which one is the fact from the fib. So, here we are. Is Euston, did Euston A used to have 19 platforms, but platform 0 was demolished to make way for the HS2 upgrades? Was it B, completely rebuilt in the 1960s and was opened by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II? Or C, was on the 18th of February 2015, it was announced by the British Transport Board that Euston would become the southern terminus of HS2, and the artist's impression of the new Euston station was described by Sam Galbraith, MP, as the most beautiful station I've ever seen. # we love Euston. If you think you know, comment down below. And thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, it's Tube Challenge time. Make sure you check that video out. Bye!